Hello, everybody. Welcome back to our podcast, Perceptions and Behaviors. Today, we're going to talk about our personal code of ethics or conduct. And I have two special guests, and they're gonna explain to us some details about their own personal of conduct. They are Kevin González and Luisa Gómez, and me, Jeison Cadavid. So let's start with Kevin. Kevin, can you tell us?
Hello guys, how's it going? Well, I'm gonna start talking about my personal codes that might be a little bit odd for some people because I don't really believe that you need a general rule to behave yourself. I think that people can really and properly own determine their own conduct by themselves because not everyone has the same background. You haven't lived or experienced the things that I have already experienced, and we do not live in the same environment. So I think it really depends on the person, and it should not be something this general. Even though this, I would like to mention two things that I thought they were really interesting. They are the most important values I learned and developed for myself that are always being sincere and comprehensive. Because if you are sincere and comprehensive, it doesn't matter who you're talking with, it doesn't matter the culture, it doesn't matter from where he's from. The only thing that matters is that you are being yourself in a polite way. But this in between sincere and comprehensive, it's a very tight rope, so you have to be careful. Sometimes you can be a little bit too sincere. And yeah, that's it.
Okay, great, Kevin. Thanks for sharing that with us. I would like to add or just agree with you regarding the comprehension. I think that it is a very important value for all the humans around the world because it helps you to connect with the other one. I really agree with that. Lisa, what do you think about this?
Yes, thank you, Jason. About the two values that Kevin mentioned, I think it belongs to an important element about culture. I think it belongs to a moral or in a social way. It's important to be honest and comprehensive. But these two values must complemented with other aspects. I think that this aspect is compromise. I think you can work with others, understand their situations. That is my opinion.
Great, thank you. Now, just let me introduce my code of conduct. I have divided it in five different items, and the first one is be polite and respectful when referring to others, because I think that everybody need to understand that all we are human beings, and we want to be treated with politeness and respectfulness. So I think that it is important when referring to others because it helps you to create great connections, healthy connections, and it's also a way to show the other one that you agree with that person and that you are like in the same way, in the same order. And the other one is taking advantage about bad situations for personal growing. Sometimes we just get a mindset, we get stuck in the bad situations that are around us, and we don't take a moment to understand how can we handle that situation and how that could help us to learn something about the life, about ourselves, or even about the others. That's an important point for me. And the third one is related to relationships. I think that we need to recognize our most frequently needs and bad habits before hanging out with someone. Because when you understand what you want, what you need, and what are your bad behaviors, you could establish a better relation or a lover relation with another person. I think that is very important that before trying to understand the other one. And the fourth one is related to the third one, and it's in regard to establishing limits to people around you, no matter if they are coworkers, if they are your family or friends. You need to establish your own limits because in that way you're teaching the other ones how you want to be treated by them. So it's crucial for the relationships around yourself. And finally, practice as much as possible but what you love, because sometimes we just accomplish our daily routine, but we forget about the things that make us happy, that make us feel out of the daily routine, out of the work, out of the school, out of everything. Just is that those are some activities that we should do just to try living the life or making us feel more comfortable. So if I will have to take just one of them, I would take the 5 point. That's
Okay,
all.
okay, Jason, thank you. Well, I want to choose one aspect that you explained about take advantage of a situation for personal growing. I think it's a social element of culture too. I think it's important to understand that we grow in different aspects. So we are different and we have our own goals. So I think it's important and very interesting this aspect that your code of conduct. That's my opinion.
Thanks, Lisa.
Well, I like to say that your last point is very, very wonderful because I think people don't really spend that much time of them in the things that they really love and make fulfill them. So I think it's just idiotic to ignore such a thing, and you should work in your dream. You should work in the things that give purpose to your life. So I really, really agree with your fifth point.
Great. Thank you guys for your I really appreciate your opinions about this. And now just to finalize our podcast, let's finalize with Luisa. What can you tell us about your code of ethic?
Well, okay, my personal code of ethic have different things, but first I want to say that for me it doesn't matter if you have or follow any religion, but I think you will be respectful, grateful, and loyalty with others. I think it doesn't matter what is your beliefs, but you always be respect the other opinions. I think the honesty and keep the promises is very important for me. If you get or you have a goal, you try to work to have a good or try to be a good way to do your goals, but first with honesty and be respectful. That's my opinion.
Great.
Okay, I really liked the loyalty part, even though I don't think that one should have a strict code of ethics. I think that this one, the the one that talks about loyalty, it's really, really important. You gotta respect it.
Sure, I agree with Kevin, but I think that the most important or main point in this code of ethic is the last one, because religion is something that have divided the world for a long time, but it shouldn't matter when we are relationship to other ones. So I think that it's a very important point to Lisa. That's all what we wanted to share with you. Thank you so much for listening to us, and we'll see you in another podcast. Thank you,
See ya.
everybody.
Thank you
Bye.
guys, bye.